Right, back live tonight, here on In Focus. Over 250 Bakubung Platinum workers in the Northwest are continuing with their underground sit-in. It follows discussions over mass retrenchments at the Wesizwe-owned mine. National Union of Mineworkers branch manager Joel Sefali joins us now for more on that. Joel, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. The sit-in entering its second day, I suppose, if you look at the time. It would have started yesterday, and at this particular point, determined that it will continue until some kind of solid outcome comes from the engagement with the employer. Are you still around the table at talks, engaging with the employer at this point?
Yeah, today we never had any engagement with our management. No, today we had an engagement with the management by telling us that tomorrow we must have a meeting with them, with the executive.
Except for that, there has not been any attempt at returning the employees to the surface.
No, the employees are still underground. They are waiting for their representative to meet with the executive tomorrow at 8 o'clock every morning.
And as the union, you support this particular sit-in. I mean, the company saying it's an illegal sit-in, but are you behind the workers?
No, remember. What is happening? The workers they decided to sit in underground because of the employer does not want to reach their demands.
Let's look at those demands then that you are putting before the employer. You're demanding a wage increase, ending of the looming retrenchments, and you're demanding some maternity benefits as well. You're saying currently pregnant ladies working on the mine are sent home and their contracts terminated, and you would want them to be kept on until their at least last trimester while they are continuing to work. What is the employer saying to these demands?
Since we try to engage with our employer, because of their arrogance, they didn't want to have any engagement with the workers' representatives. Until this such time that the employees decided to sit in underground, so that because of their vulnerability, they decided to sit in so that maybe the management will listen to their demands.
Yeah. Company owned in part by a Chinese miner, owning about 45% of it. They, of course, have issued business advisories saying, well, the reason why they're looking at cutting staff is, one, the two strikes that would have taken place in 2022, 2023, and the third one that would have taken place in July up to August, that would have lasted for about 5 weeks. They're citing the low platinum prices, and they are saying continuing without job cuts will not be reasonable or viable. How do you respond to that?
You know what is surprising us as the workers' representative? The management have issued the Section 189. On the other side, they are busy recruiting for new employees.
Have they done the following? Have they stopped overtime? Have they stopped weekend work? Have they not renewed fixed contracts of non-critical staff?
Yes, they've stopped everything. They've stopped our overtime. They stopped our stay on, even our standby.
And they're saying that should be an indication even to yourselves that the company is not in a good financial position.
we are really surprised about that, because we as the employee, we've managed to help the company when they were asking us about their financial problem. When they say we will no more working overtime, we will always lay off if there is any overtime. They will not pay the overtime. What we will do, we will lay off for a day. Then we, because we wanted them to resolve their issue, we agree with them about it. But now we are really surprised when we see them issuing the Section 189.
How do you view the actions then of the workers in terms of the strikes in 2022, 2023, and the ones that took 5 weeks now in July and August? Do you think these would have had any kind of impact in the operations of the mine and its profitability?
Remember, because of their arrogance, we end up being on unprotected strike, because our management didn't want any union inside their company. We tried to speak to them about forming a workers forum. They refused. We spoke to them about how can we address the issues of the workers if there is no any union on the shelf. They say no, they don't want any union. We end up being vulnerable and end up being on that legal strike. That took us only 1 week. Remember, we were on strike for only 1 week. The other 3 weeks, it was the management who closed their operation. The other strikes were the strike for the community, which the community, they were also demanding the management to hire the locals.
Now, what are you putting on the table as alternatives? They are saying the mine, I know you're disputing that the mine is loss-making because you're saying they're recruiting top management, but they are saying continually so that the mine is loss-making, and as far as they are concerned, there are no alternatives. Continuing without job cuts will not be reasonable or viable. In other words, the mine will stop being a going concern, and in fact, even more jobs will be lost.
On that, we really don't agree with our management, because some of the top management, who is the general manager by the name of Benek, who promised one of the contractors that their contract was terminated, evergreen, that they will reinstate them on February. We must not have any problem. They will be back at mine. Then we are really surprised about that, because we knew that they are busy recruiting on the other side, and then the problem is we can't trust our management about what they are saying.
Currently, your demand is 17,000 for low-grade workers who are currently, you're saying, are being paid close to about 6,500, including a home allowance of about 2,000 that you're calling for, almost, close to double of what they're currently earning. Do you plan to sit there? Are you negotiable on that demand?
Remember that we are the lowest paid in the mine industry. Remember, our lower grade is only 6,500.
Yeah.
For the past 5 years, we are the lowest paid in the mine industry. Our lower grade is only 6,500. Our artisans are earning almost 29,000 rand, with a housing allowance of 2,000 rand. We don't have leave allowance. We don't have any bonuses. And
you are saying, therefore, you will not be moving there. That is a price where you will not be willing to move?
No, we will. Our employees are really not going to withdraw or underground before they can reach their demands.
All right, I appreciate your time. Joel Sefali there, National Union of Mineworkers branch manager. They're giving us the update on the latest, the mine workers remaining underground until those demands are met.